Okay, so here is the quick video to review the homework that you'll be doing on Delta Math. One reminder here before we actually go through these problems. You have two parts on the Delta Math. One that is your homework and then another that is your digital check-in. So make sure when you look on Delta Math you do both the assignments on this that are called GCF and grouping. So make sure you do both of those on there. Okay, so let's look at this particular problem and how we determine GCF. Typically, GCF is going to be in any factoring problem, but most notably, if it's only two terms, then you always want to look for GCF. So things you look for, do they have a common variable? And then what kind of numbers are they? These are both even, so you know even numbers are divisible by 2, but we're looking for the greatest common factor. So there are a couple ways you can do this. One is you can use the calculator. If you go to the math button on your calculator, use your right arrow to go to number, and then go down to number 9. That one says GCD, which stands for greatest common divisor, which is the same thing as GCF, okay? So you got GCF is what we're using in this book, and then on your calculator it's GCD. Those are the same thing, and when we talk about math, same thing in different ways. So if you press that, it pulls GCD with the parenthesis. You type in your two numbers, in this case 36 and 20. So you type 36, comma's right beside the parenthesis, 20, close your parenthesis, press enter, and then it tells you the biggest thing that'll go into both, which is 4. Okay, the other way you can do this is just if you know your multiplication facts. So you take a 4 out, and then they do not have a common variable. Only one of them has an x. So you do your parentheses, and you just go backward. This is basically distributive property backwards. 4 times -9 would give me 36. Then plus 4 times 5 is 20. And then you have your x to the 4th. Now, what a lot of people will teach, and what I prefer as well, is whenever this lead term is a negative, go ahead and take out a negative. So really, what I have written is correct, but my personal preference, and for a lot of textbooks, and you may have to see this in terms of the homework too, since that lead term again is a negative, take out a -4, which is now going to make that 9 be a positive, and now that 5 become a negative. Sorry about the bell there. Okay, so that's GCF. Let's go to the next problem. So the next problem, you know, is grouping. And how do I know it's grouping? There is 4 terms. Okay, if there are 4 terms or more, you're going to group. So typically you want to group the first 2 and the second 2. So I'm going to group the first 2, then I'm going to group the second 2. And then here again is kind of why I do negative, and I'll explain that in that previous problem. So really all we've done is we've changed this problem of 4 terms to be just groupings of 2 terms. So really what we're doing is GCF now. We're just doing it with 2 separate groups. So I'm going to do the GCF here. So I look, they both have an x. How many x's can I take out? This one has 3, this one has 2. So the most I can take out is 2 x's. So I take out x to the second. The only thing that's in common with the coefficients 4 and 3 is 1. So that doesn't affect anything. So I have 4. That would be x to the first. Because if we review our rules, when we multiply, we add exponents. So 2 plus 1 would give me 3. Plus 3. And then I've already taken out the x squared here. So that only leaves the 3. Now, referring back to the previous problem, when that first term is a negative, I said I prefer to take out a negative, and here is why. If I take out a negative here, and then I look at my other terms, They don't have a common variable, but 28 and 21, what'll go into both of those? The biggest thing is 7. So I take out a negative 7. That is now going to make this a positive 4x. Take out a negative. Since this was a negative, that is now going to leave a positive 3. Now, the reason that's important is because after you do grouping, these two groups must be the same. If they're not, then you did something wrong. So a lot of the problems that students have is this sign. So if it starts with a negative, take out a negative. So what I do, I take that common group, 4x plus 3, I bring it down, then I take what I took out, and I group those two together, x squared minus 7. So hopefully that's going to help you in terms of this homework and what your problems look like.